The text came at 11:47 p.m. Don't come home tonight. I need space. I stare at my phone, rereading it until the words blurred. I was sitting in my car outside our apartment, the engine still running, groceries melting in the back seat. Space. Such a small word for something that suddenly felt enormous. I called her, straight to voicemail. I texted back, did I do something wrong? No reply. That night, I slept on my brother's couch, fully dressed, my phone face up on the coffee table like it might confess something if I watched it long enough. It didn't. Neither did she. At first, I blamed myself. I replayed the last few weeks, searching for the moment I'd failed her. Maybe it was the late nights at work. Maybe I'd been distracted, tired, less present. Love doesn't usually break all at once. It frays quietly. I told myself this was just a pause. Couples needed space sometimes. But the pause stretched into days. She stopped answering my calls. When she did reply, her messages were short, careful, almost formal. I'm busy. We'll talk later. Later never came. When I finally went back to the apartment to grab clothes, the place smelled different. Cleaner, sharper, like a cologne that didn't belong to me. Her laptop was open on the table. She shut it quickly when she saw me, smiling too fast. You okay? I asked. Fine, she said, not meeting my eyes. I just need this week. That word again. Week. As if she'd planned it. The signs were subtle at first, the kind you dismiss because you don't want to be that person. Her phone never left her hand. She'd tilt the screen away when I walked by. Missed calls from numbers she didn't save. A laugh she tried to swallow when a message came in. When I asked who it was, she said, just a coworker, like the answer had been rehearsed. I hated myself for doubting her. This was the woman I'd built a life with. The woman who used to fall asleep on my chest, who knew my coffee order, who once drove 2 hours just to surprise me on a bad day. I told myself I was paranoid, insecure, wrong. Then, 3 nights later, I couldn't sleep. I opened our shared tablet. The one she forgot was still synced. A notification popped up before I could stop myself from reading it. I miss you already. Last night felt too short. My hands went cold. I scrolled. I shouldn't have, but I did. Messages stacked like evidence. Inside jokes I didn't understand, plans I wasn't part of, compliments she hadn't given me in months. And one photo, nothing explicit, just her smile, taken in our bathroom mirror. The timestamp was from the night she told me not to come home. I sat there in the dark, listening to my own breathing, feeling something tear loose inside my chest. It wasn't rage. Not yet. It was grief. Sharp and disorienting. Like realizing the house you're standing in has been on fire for a while, and you're only just smelling the smoke. When I confronted her, she didn't scream or deny it. She just looked tired. I didn't plan for this to happen, she said quietly. I felt lonely. You were always gone. He listened. So you pushed me out. I said, you made me sleep somewhere else, so you could feel less guilty. She flinched. I was confused. I laughed then, this hollow, broken sound. No, you were decisive. Confusion doesn't lock someone out of their own home. She cried, said she was sorry, said it was a mistake. A week later, she begged me to come back, promised it was over, swore she'd do anything to fix us. But something had changed. Every memory now had a shadow. Every smile felt like a question. Love was still there, but trust, the quiet, invisible thing that holds everything up, was gone. I packed my things slowly, carefully. She watched in the doorway, realizing too late that space cuts both ways. The last thing I told her wasn't dramatic. It was simple. I didn't leave because you slept with someone else. I said, I left because you chose a life where I didn't belong. A week earlier, she asked me to sleep elsewhere. Now I sleep peacefully, alone, rebuilding, learning that self-respect is sometimes the hardest goodbye and the most necessary one.